going to start by introducing Cassandra Kreuger. And Cassandra is a program analyst. She works at the City of Saskatoon. What I know about her thus far is she's a mother, and she deeply cares about what she's up to in the world, and I really do believe that that shines through every day, and it's been a real pleasure to work with her. Cassandra, come on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Cassandra Kreuger. I am passionate about creating solutions for all types of needs. In my job in IT with the City of Saskatoon, each day is different, posing new challenges and opportunities. I make people's lives easier, more productive, and much more interesting. I love solving problems and ensuring that the systems that keep Saskatoon strong are well supported. My love for computers began when I was about 5 years old. It was back in the late 1980s when having a computer in your household wasn't the typical norm. When most girls my age were busy playing with dolls, I enjoyed spending time playing games on the computer. My love for technology continued through elementary and high school, and I was actually the only student in my town's graduating class that had went on to pursue a degree in computer science. Seeing my dad work in the field of technology is what had inspired me to enter into the field of IT. So, as you could say, I chose to follow in my dad's footsteps. Right now, it is such an exciting time to be in IT, and now, more than ever, women need to become actively involved in the world of technology. This is because TD Economics had reported last fall that women account for only 1 in 5 engineering graduates from Canadian universities. It's a number that has remained the same for the past 10 years. Taking a look at computer science, that number is 1 in 4. It's actually a decline from a decade earlier. Now, taking a look at our workforce, those stats are no better, with women making up for less than 25% of the fields in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, also known as STEM for short. Therefore, how do we get more younger women interested in one of these fields so that we can increase these numbers at both the educational level and in the workplace? Well, the reality is things won't change unless we have more role models. Take a moment to think back to when you were young and you were asked that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now try to recall the answer that you gave. When you're young, you don't know what you don't know, and you can't aspire to be something that you don't know either. Our early career preferences, they're shaped by what we read, what we watch on TV, what we learn in school, and most directly, what we see those in our lives doing for a living. Your typical role models, or most obvious ones that come to mind for young girls, are your parents or your teachers. However, in this case, the definition of a role model can be quite flexible. A role model could include a mentor or a leader in a STEM field, or even an individual that his child has met at a STEM-related event or activity. There has been an increased awareness of this role model problem that a children's rights activist by the name of Marian Edelman had expressed so well. You can't be what you can't see. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that when young girls are asked to describe your typical scientist or your engineer or a mathematician or a programmer, they're going to envision a man in one of these roles. Or if you're going to ask a student to draw a picture of a scientist, most times they draw a man in a lab coat. This is because women have a hard time, and young girls have a hard time picturing themselves in one of these STEM roles when they do not have a role model in the field to inspire them. Did you know that when a woman knows a woman in the STEM profession, she is more likely to feel more empowered and more confident to participate in a STEM-related activity than those who do not know a woman in the field? Research is also suggesting that when young girls know a woman, it almost doubles when they have that role model in the field to inspire them. Being a role model is extremely important to me, as my young daughter, she's only 3 years old, and one day, I hope that she'll follow in my footsteps. This is because young women often look to the women in their lives on cues on how to think and act. When we speak confidently and we own our accomplishments, we set positive examples for these young women to follow. You and I can inspire this next generation of female leaders. Take a look right here in our amazing city of Saskatoon. There are many programs to get involved with that can spark a young girl's interest by just being you. These include the Discover STEM Girls in Science Conference that is held every year at the University of Saskatchewan. It is led by all women in STEM professions that are passionate about what they do. Or you can get involved with the Sci-Fi Girls Power program, also offered through the University of Saskatchewan. These are just to name a few. There are probably many others. In closing, I'd like to share with you a fascinating quote that I came across on the National Geographic's website that has stuck with me. It only takes one woman to inspire a generation. Who will you inspire? Thank you.